Brooklyn, welcome back once again to the Brooklynite TV Podcast, your go-to source for all things local and relevant. I'm Frank, and today we're diving into a pressing and somewhat very alarming issue that's been making the headlines recently, the Listeria breakout that's affected not just New York City, but also resulted in 2 tragic deaths in California. So buckle up as we explore what Listeria is, what you need to know, what you need to watch out for, and what this means for our beloved borough of Brooklyn and the wider New York City area. So before we delve into specifics, let's start with the basics. What exactly is Listeria? It's Listeria monocytogenes. It's commonly referred to simply as Listeria. It's a type of bacteria that can cause an infection called listeriosis. It's a bit of a nasty bug that thrives in a variety of environments, from the soil and water to plants and animals. This bacteria can make its way into our food supply and in turn right into our bodies. Now, the symptoms of listeriosis can range from mild to severe. For most people, it might cause flu-like symptoms such as fever, muscle aches, gastrointestinal issues. However, for a certain high-risk group like pregnant women, newborns, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems, it can lead to serious complications. These can include meningitis, septicemia, and in most severe cases, it can be fatal. Over the past month, there's been a concerning outbreak of Listeria here in New York City, and it's raised alarms across the country. Recently, as I said, we've seen tragic reports of deaths in California linked to this outbreak, which has further fueled the urgency to address this issue. So what's causing all this? In recent reports, it seems the local culprit, the source of this outbreak, is related to deli meats. These products have been identified as a significant carrier of Listeria, particularly if they're not handled or stored properly. So here's what you need to know. Check your products. If you've purchased deli meats recently, make sure to check if they're being recalled. Health officials often release recall notices when products are identified as potentially contaminated. Safe handling. Always ensure that deli meats are stored at the correct temperature. They should be kept at 40 degrees Fahrenheit and should be consumed or frozen within a week of purchase. Thorough cooking. Although Listeria can thrive in cold environments, cooking meats thoroughly can help eliminate the risk. So if you're cooking deli meats, make sure that they reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees. And as always, hygiene matters. Always wash your hands, utensils, and surfaces thoroughly after handling raw or processed meats. Cross-contamination can spread Listeria to other foods. Now, let's turn to our attention to what this outbreak means specifically for Brooklyn and the greater New York City area. Brooklyn, as a bustling and diverse borough, has a significant number of delis and food establishments that could be impacted by this issue. Our local businesses are a vital part of the community, and while many are adhering to these strict health standards, it's important that consumers stay informed and vigilant. The local health department's working tirelessly to monitor and manage this situation. They're collaborating with these local businesses to ensure proper food safety practices are followed, and are actively communicating with the public about the potential risks. So if you live in Brooklyn or New York City, here are some steps you can take to protect yourself and your family. Again, stay informed. Keep up with the updates from local health departments and the CDC. They will provide the latest information on recalls and safety guidelines. Educate yourself. Know the symptoms of listeriosis and seek medical advice if you experience any signs, especially if you fall into one of the high-risk categories I mentioned earlier. Community awareness. Share information with your friends and family. The more people that know about what's going on, about how to stay safe, the better we can manage and mitigate the impact of this outbreak. Support local. If you're concerned about the safety of your food, consider supporting the local markets that adhere to these strict health and safety standards. So in closing, while the Listeria outbreak is certainly a serious matter, staying informed and taking proactive steps can help protect you and your loved ones. Brooklyn's a resilient community, and by working together and supporting each other, we can navigate through this challenging situation with confidence. So thank you for tuning in to the Brooklyn Brooklynite TV Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share, or maybe even leave a review. Stay safe, Brooklyn. Until next time, keep your community strong and informed. I'm Frank, and this has been another episode of the Brooklynite TV Podcast. I will see you next time.